Hello fellow government workers, welcome back to the channel. This is Jeremy again, your Filmora certified creative, and in this video we're going to be talking about one of the most exciting benefit coming up this December 2022. Kung matutuloy nga ba ang PEI 2022 at kung kailan natin matatanggap. So panoorin nyo ang video na to. Last 2017, the Department of Budget and Management or the DBM issued Budget Circular number 2017-4 outlining the guidelines on the grant of Productivity Enhancement Incentive, also known as PEI, to government personnel. So tingnan natin isa-isa kung anong nilalaman ng budget circular mula sa DBM. Number 1, it talks about the purpose. This circular is issued to prescribe the rules and regulations on the grant of the PEI to government personnel for fiscal year 2017 and years thereafter. So ibig sabihin, mula 2017 hanggang sa mga susunod na taon, applicable po ang budget circular na ito unless rescinded. Pursuant to Executive Order number 201 series of 2016 entitled Modifying the Salary Schedule for Civilian Government Personnel and Authorizing the Grant of Additional Benefits for both civilian and military and uniformed personnel as approved by the President on February 19, 2016. Section 6 of the EO states to wit, beginning fiscal year 2016, the Productivity Enhancement Incentive shall be given not earlier than December 15 of every year to all qualified government employees at 5,000 pesos each for the purpose of improving the government employees' productivity. Okay, so pag-usapan natin ang coverage, yung kanina mag-a-apply itong Grant of the Productivity Enhancement Incentive or PEI. This circular shall apply to the following positions and personnel: all positions of civilian personnel, whether regular, casual, or contractual in nature, appointive or elective, full-time or part-time, now existing or hereafter created in the executive, legislative, and judicial branches, the constitutional commissions and other constitutional offices, SUCs, GOCCs not covered by Republic Act number 10149 series of 2011, which are under the jurisdiction of the Department of Budget and Management, and LWDs and LGUs. Military personnel of the Armed Forces of the Philippines and the Department of National Defense, and uniformed personnel of the Philippine National Police, Philippine Public Safety College, Bureau of Fire Protection, and Bureau of Jail Management and Penology under the Department of the Interior and Local Government, Philippine Coast Guard under the Department of Transportation, and the National Mapping and Resource Information Authority under the Department of Environment and Natural Resources. So ito po yung mga personnel na kasama po sa grant ng PEI. Kasama sa pinalabas na budget circular ng DBM ay ang exclusions. Excluded or hindi kasama from the coverage of this circular are those hired without employee-employer relationships and funded from non-personal services appropriations or budget as follows: consultants and experts hired for a limited period to perform specific activities or services with expected outputs, laborers hired through job contracts or PACYAW, and those paid on piecework basis, student workers and apprentices, and individuals and groups of people whose services are engaged through job orders, contracts of service, or others similarly situated. So ito yung mga hindi kasama doon sa grant ng PEI. And this time, we'll talk about the guidelines on the grant of the Productivity Enhancement Incentive. The Productivity Enhancement Incentive of 5,000 shall be given to personnel not earlier than December 15 of the current year, subject to the following conditions. The employees are still active in the service as of November 30 of the current year, and the employees have rendered at least a total of an aggregate of 4 months of at least satisfactory service as of November 30 of the current year, including leaves of absence with pay. So not earlier than December 15 of the current year ay dapat ma-receive natin yung 5,000 pesos. Of course, nabanggit dito that the employee should be still in the service as of November 30 of the current year. Those who have rendered less than the total of or aggregate of 4 months of service but still in the service as of November 30 of the current year shall be entitled to prorated PEI as follows. So meron pong prorated na PEI para doon sa mga less than the aggregate of 4 months ang service. For example, 3 months to less than 4 months, meron kang 50% of the PEI. For 2 months to less than 3 months, 40%. 1 month to less than 2 months, 30%. And less than 1 month, you will receive 20% of the PEI. The PEI of an employee on part-time basis shall be prorated corresponding to the services rendered. If employed on a part-time basis with 2 or more agencies, an employee shall be entitled to proportionate amounts corresponding to the services in each agency, provided that the total PEI shall not exceed the authorized amount. The PEI of an employee transferred from one agency to another shall be granted by the new agency. So tandaan po natin, kapag nag-transfer ang isang employee, doon ka na po sa bagong agency mo makaka-receive ng PEI. The PEI of an employee on detail to another government agency shall be granted by the parent agency. A compulsory retiree on service extension as of November 30 of the current year may be granted the PEI subject to the pertinent conditions and guidelines under this circular. Personnel charged with administrative and or criminal cases, personnel who were formally charged with administrative and or criminal cases which are still pending for resolution shall be entitled to PEI until found guilty by final and executory judgment, provided that those found guilty shall not be entitled to PEI in the year of finality of the decision. The personnel shall return the PEI received for that year. If the penalty imposes only a reprimand, the personnel concerned shall be entitled to the PEI. Grant of PEI to employees in GOCCs under the jurisdiction of the DBM and in LWDs. Personnel of GOCCs under the jurisdiction of the DBM and those in the LWDs may be granted a PEI at rates of not exceeding 5,000 as determined by the respective governing board, subject to the following considerations. The conditions under item 4.0 hereof on the entitlement of personnel to the PEI shall be strictly observed. If funds are insufficient, PEI may be granted at lower but uniform rate for all employees of a GOCC or LWD. Grant of PEI to employees in LGUs. Personnel of LGUs may be granted the PEI at rates not exceeding 5,000 as determined by the respective sanggunian, subject to the following considerations. The conditions under item 4.0 hereof on the entitlement of personnel to the PEI shall be strictly observed. The personnel services limitation in LGU budgets under sections 325 and 331 of RA number 7160 shall be complied with. If funds are insufficient, the PEI may be granted at lower but uniform rate for all employees of an LGU. Grant of PEI to employees in GOCC covered by RA number 10149 series of 2011. The policy and procedural guidelines on the grant of the PEI to personnel of GOCCs that are covered by RA number 10149 series of 21 shall be issued separately by the Governance Commission for GOCC. At ito ang pinaka-importante sa lahat, when to pay the PEI. The payment of the PEI shall be made not earlier than December 15 of the current year. So positive tayong lahat that December 15, 2022, we will receive our PEI or Productivity Enhancement Incentive amounting to 5,000 pesos. Ayan, maagang good news yan para sa ating fellow government employees. Alright, thank you so much for watching and please stay tuned. Please subscribe in the channel because we will be filming a lot of videos relative to our benefits and responsibilities as government employees. Maraming salamat! Welcome back to the channel. It's me, Jeremy, your Filmora certified creative, and today we're going to be talking about how to effectively create your explainer video from your PowerPoint to Wondershare Filmora 12. Alright, so it's very easy and you have a lot of assets to use in Filmora 12. So let's go ahead and import our rendered video from the PowerPoint by clicking on the import. So once you have this imported media here in your media area, you can just simply drag it to the timeline. Right? What's good about this Filmora 12 is that you have a lot of audio files that you can use and it's royalty free. So as content creator, we always want our assets to be royalty free so that we will not hit any copyright issues when we upload it to our channels. Alright, so once we have already dragged to the timeline, we can already insert a video, an audio file to this video. So as you can see, you have a lot of options for the different audio that is available to use here in Filmora 12, and it's royalty free. Aside from that, there is a very good feature that is very new to this new version of Wondershare Filmora editing software. I'm gonna walk you through as we use this feature, which is called the AI audio or AI sound here in Wondershare Filmora 12. So let's take it, for example, we're gonna use the catwalk queen for this one. So as you can see, it's only for around 1 minute long. So the new technology here, the new feature here in Wondershare Filmora 12 is that it allows you to actually stretch your audio. So you don't need to copy and paste, or you don't need to drag this same audio if you're going to use it to the entire video. All you need to do is to just stretch it to match your video, and that is called the AI audio sound stretch. So there is an audio stretch here. So when you click this audio file, you can simply click this audio stretch to enable this feature, so you can adjust the audio on the timeline and matches the video length. Alright, so that's easy. You don't need to copy and paste, or you don't need to drag every now and then the audio file that you have selected to be included in your video. So it's very easy, and you can be very efficient, and you can actually do the editing very fast using this Wondershare Filmora 12 beta version. That's it for today, and stay tuned for more Wondershare Filmora 12 tutorials.
Something about an easy thing.